Good evening guys, good evening ladies and welcome. Yes, we're in the shack and we are live and we are going to play about some radios tonight. Let's just put this down here. Right, we're going to use this tonight because yeah, we're going to have a mess about. Let's turn it down for a minute while we get tuned in. There we go. We are tuned in. Yeah, I think we're a bit. I think we're a bit thingy there, aren't we? Because somebody further up before. No, must have disappeared. There you go, guys. Good evening, Malcolm. Nice to see you, my friend. It's always a pleasure. It's just, where's my glasses? Here they are. Just get this phone sorted out because it's easier to read it off the phone. Hey. Yeah. Wednesday live, we should be. Are we live now? We are, aren't we? Hang on. Oh, I've not changed the thing. Yeah, that was a bit worrying. Yeah. Let's move this. I'm going to go to view, and this is the one. There we go. There we've got two in. Well, good evening, guys, and like I say, it's always a pleasure. I will put I will announce on the 19 that we're on. Turn the volume down on that. There we go. Now let's just get this sorted because we're gonna end up getting in a tangle. There we go. Yeah. $19 for the rig check. I'm not working. Oh, that's good. It's what we like to hear. I don't like it when I work. Yeah, listen, guys. For those who are watching, for those who are listening, if you want to join me on the Vintage Radio Shack on YouTube, we're live, we're direct, and we're going to have some fun. And we might even nip to channel 28 on here and see if we can get a bit of a network going, get a few people in. I don't like it when I work. I'm glad you told me that because I don't like it when I work. Hello. Yo. Yeah, not bad. Who's that? Hello, Billy. How you doing, mate? Yeah. How am I sounding to you, Billy? I thought I was just being tormented. Roger Dodger. Yeah. Have you heard anything of Carl? I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago and I've not spoke to him since.
I had him for a few days now, believe it or not, Andy.
Roger Dodger, yeah. Yeah, because we did have that bit of a falling out, but we sorted that out, so, and yeah, I've not heard from him for a bit. So, if you hear him on, will you tell him to give me phone a ring?
Yeah, no problem, lad, no problem, Andy.
Oh, nice one, Billy. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip to 28 on here, and, I'm just going to sit there. If anybody wants to come in, we're live on YouTube. Anybody wants to come in and say hello, they can either do it on YouTube or they can come into the channel and say hello.
Yeah, that's listening before, Andy, no problem, lad.
Roger Dodger. I'll catch you later, Billy, my friend.
Andy, you take it easy, mate.
Yeah, you too, my friend. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, so there's, let's just turn that down a minute. Hello, Jason. Good evening, sir. Right, so let's move this to channel 28, and to do that, because I can't remember the frequency, we'll turn the little thingy on here. And we want 27 787 125. So we'll move up there. 2787. Hello, Birmingham Mark. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Bernie and everybody else over at the Birmingham Mark household. I'm just tuning the radio up. 27 8, oh, gone too high. 2787 125. 120, that'll do us. Right. So, yeah, we are on the right channel. Let's turn the volume up. Good evening, guys. If anybody's about, this is the Vintage Radio Shack, and we are live and we are direct. If anyone who wants to come in and say hello. This radio interferes with my computer. Yeah, it plays havoc with everything. So if you see any flickers, guys, don't worry about it. It's when I key the mic. We'll leave it on there for a bit and see if we get anybody coming in. We've got the volume up. Yeah. Aye. Hello, Tommy. Nice to see you, mate. How are you doing? Hope you're being kept busy with those rigs. Absolutely. Yeah, we're sat on 28, and I'm just going to sit on 28. See if anybody comes in, and yeah, why not? So yeah, I've got nothing to repair tonight. Well, I have. I'm actually waiting. Tommy, by the way, guys, is one of our local rig doctors here in Manchester, and a bloody good one as well. So there we go. Yeah, busy with a jumbo. There we go. You see, nice radios and jumbos. I've often wanted one, but they're either too dear or they've been messed about with to a point where I'm not as experienced as you, Tommy. We all know that, and I freely own up to that. and a striker. Right? You know, I've got, what do you call it? I've got a couple of UK legals under there that I need to get back onto. But I've still not got my camera mounted on the ceiling where I want it here. And I've still not got me LED tube up because my mate the Mildred's going to do it. But the problem is it's, you know, the Mildred's always busy running about and doing things, so it's hard to pin him down. But we will do. I think I'm going to try and pencil him in for one day next week. And if you're listening, Cockhead, good evening, Ian. The porridge certainly went down well this morning with the honey in it. I just put a little bit of honey in it because you don't need a lot of honey. It's sweet because it's very sweet. I use a boom arm, Andy. Right. No, I've just got a silver rod up, high gain silver rod up, Tommy. You know, I've just got a high gain silver rod up. I did have an IMAX 2000, which is going to Damo because he wants to recycle it because it's got a crack in it somewhere in the bottom section. But I'm pretty sure it can be repaired. And in my Lincoln will be up for sale soon. If you like to buy it, yeah, let me know how much. Let me know how much, Jason, and yeah, we could perhaps do something there because I'm after a Lincoln. I've seen yours; it looks pretty nice as well because you sent me a WhatsApp of it. Oh no, for the camera. Sorry, Tommy. Yeah, no, sorry, mate. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well, I've got, what do you call it on here? I've got a microphone boom, which I adapted to take a camera. And if we go to the camera that's connected, that's on, that's if my mouse hasn't crashed. Because my big radio crashes me bloody mouse. No, it hasn't. We're all right. My big radio crashes me mouse. So let's go to the camera 2 would be. There we go. The one in the top picture hit in the top there. If we go to the main picture, that's not it. Where's the button? There it is. See, that's a bit dark, as you can see, Tommy. Don't worry about that there. That's me supper. That's me supper. That's got nothing to do with what we're doing here. That's me meat and potato pie for me supper. But yeah, as you can see, I've got an LED bulb right above me, and this is dark. You know, you cannot work on a radio on this bench because it's just too dark. When the sun's over this way and it's beaming through that window, you can see what you're doing. But you just can't. Mic boom for the camera. Yeah, I've got a mic boom on here. This is a mic boom. And what I did, I adapted the thing to take a standard tripod. I'll see if I can get the other camera around and give you a look. Let's go to the other camera. Let's go to picture in picture, and then I can see where I'm moving it then. Wrong one. That's it. So if I move this camera around, keep going. Zoom out a bit. Right, so, oops. See, there's the other camera there, that's a JVC that we've got there. It's on that mic boom, and I just used a scrap tripod bottom for it. It's just a scrap tripod top mount light, you know, I just used that for it and made it all work. And it does the job. But I'd like it on the ceiling because it's a bit in the way there, and I can't angle it. You know, I can't really get the angle I want. So, you know, I've got, what do you call it, if I come back down here, whoops, this thing's dead. I don't know what it is. Which screw do I need to undo? I think it's this one. Is it? Yeah, that's better. Right. I've got this one here. Oh, it's behind that monitor, I can't get to it. But yeah, let's just have a look at the chat. But I've got that, that was just an emergency lash up. Good evening, SDEX. Yeah, similar to Andy. I just bought a Moonraker Titan V2. Have you used one yet? I haven't, no. What I would like to do at some point is perhaps get hold of a couple of modern rigs. Try and get them as cheap as I can. Maybe try and get them wholesale because they're cheaper doing it that way. Try and see if I can get somebody to get them wholesale for me and maybe review them. But I do know one thing: a modern radio, a modern CB radio, is not as good as an old one. I mean the old Cybernet 3134 board was as good as it got. Got to nip out. Be right. No worries, Tommy. You know, I know you're a busy man, and I know you have a lot to do. So you know, you go ahead and sort yourself out, and just come and go as you please, Tommy. Don't worry about that, mate. I'll catch you in a bit, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, guys, it's nice to have Tommy, and he's a really, really top rig doctor. A lot of people use him. I haven't used him myself yet, but I will do one day. But I've spoken to him, and you know, he's a very, very knowledgeable guy. You know, there's a couple of them that are really, really good. I know of at least 3 good ones, which is Microchips. He's very good. Tommy's very good, and there's another guy called Dave Zodiac. He's very good. You know, and they're about the 3 in Manchester that I would recommend to have anything done. I dare say there's a few more. I mean, I know there is. There's a lot more than that, but I don't know them, and I've never spoke to them. But yeah, there's a lot of expert advice to be got, and one of the best places to go to is the Microchips. The Microchips Facebook group. You might want to think about joining the Microchips Facebook group. Just type in Microchips in Facebook, and you know, and it's everything to do with CB radio, that kind of idea. You know, I'm a member of it, and a few people have actually used Graham's group, and to get advice, and it's that, you know, people have been very helpful. I've even had a couple of lads have even sent me spare parts out, you know, just for the cost of the postage. In fact, they never charged the postage. One lad just asked me to put, I think they both did, I can't remember, but I know one of them certainly asked me to just you know, make a donation to a charity of my choice. So, you know, I just went, when I was in the post office, they had a box there for animals, the RSPCA or whatever it is, PDSA. I just put a couple of £3 in there, you know, and that's what I did. Yeah, 73's. Are you going, Jay? Oh, no, you're saying 73's to Jason, to Tommy. Sorry. Yeah, Tommy will probably come back in a bit, but I know he's a busy guy. I know Tommy's a busy guy. He's always got his fingers in something. I know he's a busy fella. He's popular. He's good because he's popular. Or should I say he's popular because he's good. So, you know, he's got a good reputation and everything, like myself, like Graham, and I dare say a lot of others, you know. I mean, but I'll be honest with you guys, right, I've known some really bad ones. I mean, when I first got into electronics, I didn't really mess with CBs and stuff. And the reason why I didn't mess with CBs was I didn't have things like the test set, or I didn't even have a frequency counter. So I didn't mess with CBs to a point where you had to tune them and check them out that way. If somebody brought one to me and it had no sound, I would have a look, because more than likely it could either be the speaker, external speaker jack, or the audio chip. Capacitors back in the 80s, the radios were still relatively new, so capacitors weren't really a thing. I can't remember doing many capacitors. It was mainly output transistors, which were plentiful back in the day. It was mainly output transistors, or it was audio output amplifier chips. You know, it was audio amplifiers. I remember once, guys, and some of you won't believe this, but I had a Midland. It was a little Midland AM. I can't remember what model, but them Midland AMs, they were all pretty much the same thing. I had a little they're all Maxcom. I had a little Midland AM, and it had no TX. When you keyed the mic, the light came on, but nothing went out the back of the aerial socket. And I didn't have any transistors in, you know, that would do the job. So I thought, I know what I'll do. In for a penny, in for a pound. I decided to just, I had what was left of an old amplifier, an audio amp. I had what was left of that. I'd already used some of the transistors in another repair, but it had two of the outputs left in it. One was an MPN and the other was a PNP. I thought I'll just try them. You know, I couldn't tell which was which, because I didn't have all the tools I've got now. I didn't even have a decent meter. I couldn't tell them what was what. So anyway, I put one in, and fuck me, it keyed up. It did. I put one in, screwed it to the heatsink, soldered it up, screwed it to the back of the chassis, which acted as the heatsink, soldered the three legs up, turned it on, give the mic a squeeze, and it transmitted. About 3.5 watts or something like that. And it actually worked. Whether you can do that with all rigs, I don't know, but pardon me, that one, yeah, it did. It actually worked, and I couldn't believe it. I put it on my power meter, and it was doing about 3.5 watts or something. Because all you're doing really, I can't remember what the number of the transistor was I put in. I mean, we're going back to 1986. We're going back to 1986 here, guys, when I did that, but I'll never forget it. Yeah, I've had a few of them, guys, where people have connected them the wrong way round. Yeah, and they've blown them up. Yeah, well, they put a diode in there, a reverse polarity diode. So, in theory, if you connect it the wrong way around, it should be, if that diode is in place and you connect it the wrong way around, it'll blow the fuse. If you've got the right value fuse, it'll blow the fuse. Now, when it blows the fuse, that should be an indication that something's wrong. I've never connected one the wrong way around. Honestly, guys, I've never connected a CB radio the wrong way around. But I do know if you connect them the wrong way around and the protection diode's in place, it'll blow the fuse, because that's what it's designed to do. But if you bypass the fuse, then it'll cremate the diode, and it'll send a reverse polarity through the radio, and it'll start at the audio output IC, because the audio output IC gets its power first. That's the same in everything, whether it's my big Rogers here, my lovely old Rogers, whether it's the headphone amp in your phone, whether it's the amp in your CB, the amp in your television, they all get fed first. Power amps always get fed first. They get full rail voltage. So if 25 volts is coming off your transformer, coming off your power supply, that's what's going into your output stage. And that's how it works. And I won't go into the nitty gritty of that because that's for another night. But let me just put a shout out on here, see if anybody's sat on 28 Muppets. Hello, this is Andy. Is anybody on here? Yeah, I hope it hasn't crashed my mouse because my camera's just started flapping. No, it hasn't. Seems to be when I move my mouse over this side, away from the radio, it doesn't affect it. Seen people connect. Hang on, let me just get the... It's easier if I use the phone because the monitor in here is a bit smaller than the one in the workshop. Seen people connect straight to the car battery with fuse pipe. Yes, I've seen it. I mean, I remember, let me tell you something, Malcolm, and the rest of you guys as well. My dad was friends, he grew up with a lad called Ronnie Orchard. Ronnie Orchard was a television repairman, a television engineer as we like to be called, back in the day. And he came to visit me dad once, and I was talking to him, and he said, let me tell you something, young Andy. He said, let me tell you something. He says, silver paper, cigarette paper, tin foil, pieces of wire. He said, they all grow around fuses. He said, they just grow naturally. He says, because nobody will ever admit to putting them there. You know, he says, so if you go to a set and there's silver paper around the fuse, he said, don't even go to the trouble of asking. He said, just don't go to the trouble of asking. You know, he says, and you can guarantee that you're going to be repairing a lot more than what was originally wrong with the set. You know, and it's true. I mean, you know, you do more damage than you do good. I mean, I can do things here because I can do things here, and I can do them under test conditions. You know, the only thing I haven't really got, and I should have one. I did have one, but it broke. Oh, pardon me. The only thing I haven't got, and I do need to make one at some point, is a dim bulb tester. I did have one at one time, and it broke. And I've not got it now, because obviously it broke. But you would think that somebody would make one of them, you know, commercially available, that you could actually buy, but they don't. If you want one, you have to make the bloody thing. But yeah, we'll do that on the other channel one night, where we'll sit and, you know, we'll sit and we'll make one of them, a dim bulb tester. We'll order all the stuff. I also need to order some trunking as well, because when the Mildred puts this camera and stuff up, I want all the wires out of the way, so I'm gonna bring them down the trunking into where they're gonna go. I want all the wires out of the way. I want it as neat as possible. Same with what I'm gonna do for the light on the ceiling. It's going on a plug socket. It will be, pardon me, it will be going on a plug socket, but I will put a torpedo switch on it. I'll put a torpedo switch on and bring that through the trunking and then back into the trunking, so it looks like it's mounted, and then down to the plug socket. So we're gonna do that, and I can just reach up and turn it on and off as and when I need it, because I won't need it all the time. I'll only need it when I'm doing repairs. You know, but yeah, I've got a couple of things I'd like to go at. Yeah, but I think I might have that Lincoln off Jason. It's a nice Lincoln. That one he's got. It's a lovely looking one. What it's like inside is another matter, but looking on the outside, it looks all right. So, yeah, I think I might. I think I might take him up on his offer after get him on the phone. Probably ring him up probably tomorrow or something, and speak to him about that, and you know, arrange to procure it, to acquire it even. Procure and acquire, it's the same thing, isn't it? It means that basically to get it and make it mine. Yeah, I do like Lincolns. It's a Lincoln Mark 1 as well. I do like the Mark 1. And yeah, we can I'll be able to do some, we'll give it a once over, a service and stuff, and go through it. And yeah, depends what he wants for it. We won't discuss it on air, Jason. We'll discuss it over the phone. See what you'll want for it, and yeah. But I did have a Lincoln years ago, and I sold it, and I'm sorry I did. It was a cracking radio. The one I had was a high output one. I think they do a low output. I think they do a standard output one as well. But the one I had, I don't know whether they all do, but the one I had double finals in it, and it could do about 20 watts. I think they did about 20 watts, them Lincolns. I haven't opened it, as you know. No, I know you haven't, Jason. No, I know you haven't, mate. You know, I know you haven't opened it, but the front of it looks nice. It looks like a nice radio, from what I've seen of it. So yeah, you know, I'll give you a ring tomorrow, and we can discuss that, because, you know, yeah, I'm definitely in the market for one of them. So we can discuss that tomorrow at some point, and you know, see what you want, what you'll take, whatever, and discuss it, and we'll get it sorted, and yeah, and we can perhaps have it on the bench. Another thing I need to service is my my Handmaster microphone for my that I use on my 6900, because I don't like the standard microphone that comes with the 6900. It's a very small mic. It's smaller than the Yaesu Fist mics, and it's a really small mic. And I've got big hands, as you can see, guys. Look at them. They're like fucking shovels, you know. And you know, that's if I'm going to use a fist mic, something like that is what I want. You know, that's what I want. Yeah, you know, let me have a look. What Jason's just saying. It might need what? I think it's something that says. Let's pick the phone up, it's easier to read it. It might need a recap at some point. Well, I'll just do it, I'll just do it, won't I? You know, we'll have a video one night of me doing it. You know, I'll do a recap on it. I'll go over it, because there's a few things that you can do to them to make them a bit better. I was watching Microchip's video, and he did a few modifications which involved moving a voltage regulator from one place to another for more efficient cooling, stuff like that. What I'll do when I get it, because I will definitely have it off you, Jason. You know, I'll have that off you. You know, I get weighed in on the 25th, so I'll have it off you on the 25th. But we'll discuss it more. Just turn this down, there's nothing on it. We might pop back to 19 in a minute. But Yeah, I'll have that because I'll be able to sort it out on the 25th for that. You know, and we'll discuss it tomorrow. I'll probably do a recap because they have them. If I'm right in thinking, they have them grey capacitors in them, which are now starting to fail. So what we'll do, we'll order a full complement of capacitors if we can, and we'll do a recap, or we'll change the ones that commonly fail, like the 22 UFs, the 220 UFs. They're common for failing in everything. I don't know whether I told you guys, I've got some sad news. The homemade home base has died. It hasn't died, it's just gone, the volume's gone very low. I think one of the capacitors, the audio output stage, has died. So that's in the airing cupboard at the moment, waiting for its turn to be looked at. It's a Cybernet 134. Basically, it's basically what was left of a scrap Fidelity 2000, and you know, that'll be easy for me to repair. That's a baby shit repair, really. That's a baby piss repair. I'll be able to do that, no problem. Be able to, you know, but it's just getting to it, and I need to clear the bench off to get that on. So I've put that in the. I've had to move that anyway because it was down here in the cabinet, but I wanted to put my tape deck. I wanted me nice Iowa tape deck in here to go with me Rogers amp and my Garrard SP25. I just wanted. Yeah, let me just. Well, let me know when you want to part with it. Hang on. Hang on. That's a nice home base. It is. It's turned out well, didn't it? Hello, Paul. Yeah, I'm using it at the moment until my bedroom gets done. No worries. No worries, Jason. Let me know when it's available. We'll definitely do a deal there. I'll definitely have that. But yeah, let me know when it's available, and we'll sort you out. You know. But yeah, we'll speak about that. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, there's going to be a bit of changes made. I've got a load of under bed crates here which can probably go under the bed, to be honest. I could stash them under the bed out of the way, which is what they're for. Under bed crates. And they've got CDs in them. We've mainly got CDs in them. You know, DJ CDs and karaoke discs. They mainly got them in them. I'm going to shove them under the bed. And you know the big record case in the workshop, the big bookcase, should I say? The bookcase with all the LPs on. Well, that's coming in here, and that's going at the side of this desk here, in between the partition, between the dining room and the front room. The dining room is where I'm sat now, what I call the shack, because all the radio gear's in here. And I don't really play records in the workshop, so I may as well have my records in here, because I do sit here most of the time. I sit here most of the time watching YouTube, and I've got my Garrard next to me, and I sometimes just chuck a record on. You know, I like to just sometimes, or you know, if I've got my Garrard Zero over on my main hi-fi, I can sit in my chair. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring the bookcase through here. It needs a bit of work, the bookcase. It needs reinforcing for the weight that it holds. It's not designed to hold all that. But what I'm gonna do, I've got some drywall screws, which are really short, which are really sharp, and they cut straight into that stuff that that's made out of. And I'm gonna reinforce it so that the shelves are all fixed, because the shelves are adjustable. Well, I've got them where I need them anyway, so I'm gonna screw them in so that they're, you know, drill a hole and then screw them in, so that they're nice and so that everything ties together. The back needs repairing, and because if I bring that through here, there's a space for 7-inch singles, which I won't use for 7-inch singles. I'll use for my reel-to-reel tapes. You know, I can store my reel-to-reel tapes and free them drawers up down there, which are supposed to be for CB bits and tools. Instead, I've got reel-to-reel tapes in them. So that'll free up space in my cupboard for tools and things, and the reel-to-reels tapes can go on the same on the same shelves as what the LPs are on. They can go, they'll fit. Because I haven't got a lot of reel-to-reel tapes. I've only got about 10 if that. Well, 10 of them. Well, 7-inch ones anyway. I've got a bag full of 5-inch. But I don't really use 5-inch, not on my Sony, because I like to when I record a tape on that, I like to do it at 7 inches per second, 7.5 inches per second, and get the maximum quality. I know you use more tape. It takes up more tape because it pulls it through the machine faster, but the quality is better. So I'd rather have quality over quantity. I can get 1 and a bit albums on one side of a tape, so you know that's not too bad. So it's really, you can get 2 albums on one tape, pretty much, if it's a full reel with no tape missing. You get quite a bit on them if you manage it right. But I've also got 3 bags of albums, LPs I bought off the Mildred, and they were very cheap. And there was a lot, out of the ones I've been through 1 bag. Out of the ones I've been through, for what I'm keeping, out of that bag, I've actually got my money back. And there was something else in there. Let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this. There was 2 of these. Well, I will if I can fucking find it. Oh, it's gone. Where did I put it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There was 2 of them. Let me just have a look through this. Here we are. The sleeve's a bit wrecked on this. This is the better one out of the 2. Now what this is, guys, right, this is Peter Sellers. Music directed by Ron Goodwin. I'll bet you any money you like this was actually produced by George Martin. Does it say? It will somewhere. 1958. See, you see, it was directed by Ron Goodwin, but it was produced probably by George Martin. But it'll tell us on the label. Now the number of this is PMD 1069. Anyway, if we take the record, there's the picture, Peter Sellers himself, stood next to a Rolls Royce. The best of Sellers, Peter Sellers. Now, the reason why I say this might be worth something, it may not be. The reason why I say it is because it's on the black and gold. It's on the black and gold Parlophone label. That label was phased out in the early 60s. In 1962, I think that was phased out. And this is actually a 10-inch record. It's a 10-inch LP. And I believe, looking at the conditions, not bad. But I've got 2 of these. There's 2 of these that are the same record, so the other one might be in better condition. I don't know what it's about. I've not played it. I will do that. We'll see what the matrix number is. Right. The matrix is N1. 1N, sorry, which means it's a for number 1 matrix. Yeah, so that's the number 1. That's the early pressing. That's a first pressing. That because it's the 1N matrix. But there's all sorts of numbers in here that I can't remember how to decode. There's a GD there, which I think is the does it say who produced this? Peter Sellers, music directed by. It doesn't say who produced it. The best of Sellers. It doesn't say who produced it, but it is an LP, guys. It says there, look, long playing, and it's a 10-inch, and it's not shellac. It's a vinyl. It's a 10-inch vinyl. I've got another one in the workshop by Hank Williams. Hank Williams Senior, that is, not Hank Williams Junior. So we may have a listen to this one night. Next time I do workshop in here, we'll put this on. I'm not putting it on tonight because it's a shack video and I don't play records when I do a shack video. We need to repair the sleeve. The sleeve has come apart there, but it's only come unglued. We can fix that. But yeah, I thought it would have had George Martin's name on this somewhere, because he remember we saw the name, the initials DG. Well, Doug Geddes is there. I don't know whether he was there for writing what's on here, or whether them initials mean anything. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what that's about. EMI Records. Yeah, and yeah, but like I say, I've got 2 of these, and what we'll do, the best one. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put it started to delaminate there as well. And the other cover's in worse condition. But there again, that's all to do with character. It's to do with age. There's nothing much I can do about that. But we've got another 2 bags of records that I got from the Mildred to go through. And I've got some Blaster Bates. Got quite a few Blaster Bates LPs. I mean, somebody somewhere will want them. You know, somebody somewhere will want them Blaster Bates records. I'm sure of it. Just finish off my drink. And yeah, Jason, hi Paul, I'm just catching up with the chat. Anyway, let's see if anybody's on the channel that we're using. If the camera flickers, guys, it's because I'm keying the mic and this radio interferes with the camera. It hasn't crashed the mouse side because I moved the mouse away from the radio, so it seems to be alright that now. Is anybody there? This is Andy on at the Vintage Radio Shack, monitoring channel 28. Is anybody there? No, there's nobody there, guys. It's a shame, really. I thought a couple of people might have come in. I was expecting we might have got a couple of people in, but there's nobody there, is there? Yeah, you got Andy Apollo. Good evening. Yeah, come again with that. Who from Denton? I didn't quite catch the name. Roger Dodger, got you there. Yeah, we're having trouble with the camera. Let's see if we can change it. Hey up. Yeah, let's go to another camera. There we go. Yeah, basically I'm on YouTube Live, as you probably know. We're live and we're direct, and I thought what I did last week, I notified everybody I was going to monitor Channel 28 and see if we can get a bit of a network going. You know, because it'd be nice to do a bit of it the way it was done years ago, you know what I mean? It would be. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I take it I'm getting a good signal off you. I take it you're getting a good signal from me. Yeah, that's all right. I'm getting around £9 off yourself. What rig are you on?
I'm on a T600 Volvo,
Oh, that's not bad then. Yeah, that's not bad. Let me just turn this amplifier down. That's not bad. You know, on a mag mount. Yeah. Are you on base or mobile? Hi, Roger Dodger. You're not doing bad. I think it was Denton you said you were from, wasn't it? Yeah. You know, it'd be nice to get a few people in. Let's just turn the camera around so people can see a bit more of what's happening. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I was on till 2:20 this morning with Colin from I can't remember where he's from.
I think Colin from, I'm not sure, I think it's either Stalybridge or Stockport.
I think he's Ashton or Oldham. But yeah, he's well within range anyway. Yeah, we were having a right good chin wag. You know, we covered everything. You know, we started off with Cockhead and Colin. I went in on the side. I had a bit of a chat with Cockhead and whatnot, and then I started talking to Colin, and Cockhead fell asleep, I think.
He's always falling asleep when he wants to. That's his Cockhead for you. Not that much.
No, I like Cockhead. He's all right. You know, I've never found him a problem. I've never had a reason to. I've never met him. I'd like to.
Yeah, I find him quite funny actually when I listen to him when he's having a dance on Channel 19 or somebody. Yeah, he's quite funny.
Yeah, he does it with everybody. He's done it with me before today. And I just laugh it off me, you know, because I know he's only messing about.
Look, I've only just come back on after 20 years. I mean, I've been off about 20 years, yeah. So, I just thought I'd come back on.
Yeah, wise decision, yeah, absolutely. I came back on in 2009. 2008 I bought the radio and stuff and came back, but I never got fully on until 2009. You know, and I don't regret it. I love it, to be honest. I just don't get a lot of time to actually come on because there's always something needs doing, or something that I want to do, and you know, even though I'm sat in front of it watching YouTube a good few hours of the day, you know, I just don't get to it. I think, oh, I'll go on there in a minute, and don't get to it, and it's a shame, really. You know, it's a shame, really, that it's gone to how it was, because back in the day it was brilliant. Absolutely, yeah. I've been on since the 80s. Well, the first time I ever had a go was back in about 1978, 79. Around about then, a friend of mine was given a Midland 3001 AM for a Christmas present, and he says to me, "Come round on Christmas Day." He obviously knew he was getting it. And I went in his parlour, in his mum's parlour, and he had this car seat, and he had this table with, I don't know what the car seat was for, obviously to sit on. You know, he had a DV27 on a biscuit tin. He had this car seat, and he had the Midland 3001 on a table with a car battery underneath. So, you know, his mum said, oh, Colin's in there, so I went in, not Colin who was speaking to on it, another Colin. And Colin's in there. So I went in and his mum come through with the biscuits and a glass of orange, which she always did. And I plugged my ass on this corner of this table, and I was talking to him, and I was asking him about it. He said, pick the mic up and have a go. So I switched it on and I picked the mic up, and I couldn't hear anybody. So what he did, he phoned his cousin who'd got one as well, and told him to switch it on and come on so I could have a go. He said, you have to sit in that car seat. I said, I'm not sitting in that, I look like a dick. I says, I'll sit on the edge of the table. Yeah, Roger Dodger. Yeah, that wasn't Mr. X, was it?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. X Jack. I remember Jack very well. He's still alive, I believe. He used to go on Channel 30, I think it was, Midband with Lancashire Lady Sylvia.
Aye, that's the one.
Yeah, I remember Jack, and Sylvia's no longer with us, I believe. I heard that she'd passed on. But I believe Mr. X is still alive, but he doesn't come on. Apparently he went and had an operation, and after the operation it left him severely depressed. And he never came on the radio, because Les Ashtray used to go on with him as well.
I always used to sit outside listening, what going on, and, you know, they used to talk about all sorts of, yeah, same really, because I quite miss them, you know, people that used to come on here. I mean, these days you just don't know who's on now, so I'm just doing it alright in myself, you know, without thinking on it.
Well, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I can't just sit there and listen. I have to butt in. I'll be honest. I'm a butter-inner, me. I have to stick my head in and say hello. But, yeah, I used to enjoy going on speaking to Jack and Sylvia, you know. And, you know, Sylvia says to me one night, because I'm always very polite, especially if there's ladies on the channel. I always have been. And she says to me, she said, you know something, young Andy? I said, yes, love. I said, what is it? She said, you're a very nice young breaker, you know. I said, well, thank you very much, Sylvia. You know, I said, now you said that, I can start swearing. Of course, I never did, I was joking.
Yeah, you might know another friend of mine, Rainbow Warrior, Ashton.
Rainbow Warrior, yes. I've never met him, but I've spoke to him years and years ago. God, that's going way back.
Yeah, sadly he's no longer with us. He passed away, the poor lad. He was only young.
Yeah, do you remember Warren Gravedigger?
Warren, of course I do.
Yeah, he's no longer with us either.
There's a lot of them now, you know, gone, but never forget.
Yeah, because he was a good friend of mine, Warren. We practically grew up together, me and Warren. Because it was Warren who put my IMAX up. When I had my IMAX put up in 2009, it was Warren who come and done it. And he did it in the snow, you know. And he wouldn't take any money. I tried giving him a £20 note and he wouldn't take it, you know. So I had a, what do you call it, that I wasn't using, I had a Valve Linear. I says, yeah, I'll take that then, and if you don't use it, sell it. So I gave him that instead, because I wanted him to have something, you know. Because he drove up here, you know, he drove up here in the middle of bloody winter in February 2009, and there was snow on the ground, and he had his shorts on, and one of his bollocks was hanging out of his shorts, so I got my phone out and took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. Does anybody recognise this bollock?
Oh wow. Can I go another lad? A young lady, she's called Pink Lady, and she's a down old lady, Steve Dinky, all from Ashton, and for a second.
Roger Dodger. I will have probably spoke to him. Do you remember Funky Monkey?
The handle rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Funky Monkey. Yeah, he's no longer on. He's with us still. Happy to say. He tends to haunt 2 meters now, because he's been a ham forever, hasn't he? Him. He did his test many years ago, Chris. Malcolm Thundercat. Yeah, there was loads, weren't they? Panasonic Steve's still on. You'll know Panasonic, he's been around forever. I remember talking to him in the 80s.
Oh God, Steve Panasonic? How? He thinks that memory that long. I used to be on the, when I used to speak for him, I think he's still listening. I'm not sure.
Yeah, just check there. Was he a side one to come in? No. Thought I heard something. No, I remember buying a radio off Steve. I bought a spares or repair set off him a few years ago. And you want to see the size of him. I don't know if you've ever met him. He's like a goddamn bear, man. He fills your doorway.
Oh, well, he's put a lot of weight on him too. He used to be dead slim for one time. But yeah, he must kind of seem like a horse that long.
Yeah, he's a good lad though, he's alright. I was talking to him a few weeks ago, he always winds me up. Calls me the Brindleton glue sniffer.
Oh, if you ever catch him up, just tell him Blade when I come stay with Rich. He used to live in Stay with Rich. Not far from him. Because I used to live in Cardrock. I've moved around. I went living in Fleetwood for a while, 10 years. And I just come back. Come on,
Roger Dodger, yeah, Blade Runner, I do remember you. I spoke to you years ago, I'm sure I did. Yeah, is there a side there wants to come in? Is there a side there wants to, I know there's somebody else there because he keeps trying to come in underneath your Blade Runner. What did you say your name was? I can't remember now. But I remember you from years ago.
yeah, his name's Paul Blade when I yeah, it's Paul.
Roger that, Paul. Yeah, I've got you there, mate. Yeah, got your name there now. Yeah, mine's Andy. The handle's Apollo. It used to be Apollo 15 because there was a few of us on. But, you know, I just chopped the 15 off because there's only me left.
Look at that. I also used to come on as, you know, that's I used to be, I used to, like, come on, like, it's called Gladys.
Roger Dodger. Yeah, it's a real blast from the past, isn't it? Some of them names. You know, I remember the CB books. You remember them? You could get pages full of handles, so you could pick one. You know, I never picked mine. I just heard somebody coming on as Apollo, so I just decided to come on as Apollo 15. I thought there's not going to be that many, and there never was. And obviously they all dwindled as the fad faded. They all disappeared. And when I came on in 2009, I heard Warren on 19, and I shouted, "Hey Warren!" He says, "Who's that shouting Warren?" I said, "Me, Warren." He said, "Is that Apollo?" I says, "It certainly is." Bloody hell, he said. You know, but I think Warren passed away in 2014 or 2015. Can't remember which. But yeah, he died of leukemia, Warren.
Yeah, that's nice. You know, nothing to do on that. But yeah, Warren's good, gosh. Yeah, brings back good names. I mean, some of the names that you've rattled off were, good God, I thought, wow. I thought I forgot all about that.
Yeah, you still remember him. I mean, you put your thinking cap on, Paul, you can sit there forever, can't you? You know, you can sit there forever and you can, you can, you conjure up loads of different people that you spoke to. I remember once when I first came on the radio, when I first bought a radio, I bought a little President AX7. That's not to be confused with the AR7. It was an AX7, and I've never seen one since. Little small AM thing, a little Uniden thing it was, I think. Little small Uniden made set. And I was talking to this woman, and I'd only been on a couple of days, and she says, don't I know you? I says, I'm not sure, love. She says, is your mum called Clara? I said, she is, yeah. Oh, she says, I know you. So I asked her for an eyeball, because I couldn't place her. And her husband grabbed the mic and started threatening me and everything. Roger Dodger. Well, I'm going to shoot anyway, Paul, because as I say, I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube, and I'm going to get back to me subscribers and the people in the chat. Otherwise, they'll think I've deserted them, I think. You take it easy, Paul, and it's been lovely to speak to you. For anyone else, I'm monitoring Channel 28. I'm going to monitor it every Friday. Between 6 and 7 I'll be on, and as they used to say back in the day, Paul, 10-10 till we do it again. I'll catch you later, my friend. Yeah, I'll catch you later, mate. Bye for now. There we go, guys, a bit of radio chat for you. Paul from Denton. Thank you very much, Paul from Denton, for coming in and having a chat with us on the old radio. Yes, that's... yeah, he's not far away, but he was on a mag mount and he weren't doing bad, actually. I can't remember what radio he said he was on, but he was only on a mag mount, which means he's either outside on the floor on his biscuit tin, or he's inside, something like that. That sort of thing. We can go back to the camera now, but because my mouse has stopped crashing, but it didn't play havoc. There we go. Oh, my camera's crashed. And it doesn't want to come back. Well, yeah, it does. It's up there. Look at that went on one, didn't it? What's happened to that? Yeah, very good. What we'll have to do there is, give me a minute, guys. Video capture device, properties, see what's happened, click defaults. Well, that's not really made any difference. It's not really making any difference, that, is it? Why is it doing that? Look at the state of the picture. The picture's terrible. The resolution's gone up the wall. I don't know why. Yeah, that's weird, that, isn't it? What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to remove it and re-add it. Remove. Yeah, delete. I'll re-add the webcam. See if that sorts it. If not, then we'll video capture device. Video capture. Yeah. Right. It's not doing it, is it? It's yeah, because that's just gonna not I don't know what's happened to that. What channel am I on? Let's go back to I'm on 28, Tom. I'm on 28, Tommy. 28 Muppets. Yeah, 2787125, or as it's displayed there, 120. It was close enough. Let's turn all the volumes up. Yeah, give us a shout, Tommy, and have a chat. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to my webcam, but something's happened to it. It kept interfering when I was keying the mic. So it probably needs unplugging and plugging back in. I'm not going to mess with it now. Yeah, but we're on channel 28, Tom. Nice one. Yeah, we'll have a chat, mate. Yeah. How many we got left in on the... Have a quick look. 7. Yeah, we should get a few more. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a bit of a network going, where we can, where we can have a few people maybe come in and have a chat like and have a bit of fun. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I need a shave as well. I'm having a shave in the morning. Yeah, definitely having a shave in the morning, guys. Yeah, but I don't know why my webcam's gone the way it has, but we'll sort that out. But it's yeah, it's the resolution's gone funny. We'll sort it out. Yeah, just adjust this squelch. There you go. Ooh, a bit more. That's it. Yeah, Tommy should break through that, no problem. When he comes in, should break through that, no problem. But yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, my webcam's decided to do that, but it has. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so like I say, guys, I'm gonna monitor every week. See if we get a few people. Just try and get this, get a few people back, to use a different channel and come in and speak to us. Yeah, be just nice to be able to do that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. Yeah, it kept. Yeah, obviously my radio, my webcam doesn't like my radio. The other cameras are behaving though. I mean, it's not affecting them. I mean, this one's still okay, and the JVC, if I put my hand under there, yeah, that's still on. So that's that's still on as well. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll wait for Tommy to give us a shout, and yeah, we'll have a quick natter. Hey, we've got another person in. We're on 8 people now. Someone's come back. I'm going. Chat tomorrow about 3 p.m. works well for me, fella. No problem with that. No problem with that. Jason, I'll give you a ring tomorrow about 3 p.m. Yeah, that's cool, that, because I have a lie-in on a Saturday anyway, as everybody knows. Saturday's my lie-in day. So I have what I do, I get up, I sort scraps out and then crawl back in bed again. So you take it easy, Jason, and I'll speak to you tomorrow on the old dog and bone, my friend, and we'll sort that out. But yeah, I'll definitely have that. But yeah. Yeah, we just yeah, we just wait for Tommy to come in, have a quick chat with Tommy. Yeah, he's a good guy, Tommy. Yeah, I spoke to him before. Yeah, I spoke to him before because he gave me some advice on some at once. I think it was a Midland I was working on. He gave me some very helpful advice. Yeah, same to you. Yeah, 10 till we do it again and all that. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Same to you there, Jason. You take it easy, my friend. And I will speak to you tomorrow, as I say. Yeah, I've got you loud and clear there, Tommy. Good evening, my friend.
Yeah, I'm in the workshop at the moment. Not in the house, I'm in workshop, so I'm on the little radio, little 6900.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, I've got a 6900 here. I'm not on it at the moment, but I've got one. I need to sort the mic out because I've got one of them Handmaster desk mics, and it's got, you know, you probably know they've got a PTT in them that wasn't used anywhere else as far as I know, and you can't get them. So I'm gonna have to think of a modification.
Yeah, I'm just undoing a couple of screws.
No worries, Tommy. You know, I know you're a busy man, so yeah, you whip them screws out, and because you can't get in there unless you whip the screws out. Obviously not. What are you working? Oh, you're working on a jumbo, aren't you? Or you were earlier. Yeah, I like them jumbos. I've always fancied one, but as I said in the chat before, you know, they're either too expensive or they've been played with. You know, I'd like to get a nice Virgin one, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah, I do have the jumbo, but this one that I'm doing at the moment is a striker.
Oh, Striker, yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen one. Roger Dodger. Yeah, we had a guy on before come on the channel. Blade Runner, I think he was called. I remember him from years ago. And we was just talking about people, you know, that we knew, and I feel it's amazing how many people are no longer with us, really. You know, a lot of them have gone. You know, I think Jack Mr. X, I don't know whether you ever knew him, Tommy. Jack Mr. X, I think he's still with us.
Yeah, Mr. X in Stockport.
Yeah, he was a white stick operator. Yeah, he was a white stick operator, Mr. X, Tommy. I used to speak to him and Lancashire Lady, and Ashtray used to sit on Channel 30 midband. I've had that where they put a bloody screw in and you know, you can't get the damn thing out. Yeah, because they've either put it in cross-threaded or they've put the wrong screw in, and when they've got it nearly done, it's jammed, and then you can't get it, you can't back it back out again. I've had that many a time. You know, it's you know, it'd be nice if they put the screws in that originally came with them, you know, but not always the case. It's probably got, you know, it's it could be, couldn't it? They could have stripped the thread on the screw, or more likely the thread on the hole on the radio and glued the bloody screw in. I've seen that done.
Yeah, I've just used a bigger one, a little screwdriver to get it out. That's moved it.
Yeah, sometimes it's all to leverage, isn't it? You know, just get a bigger screwdriver on it. I mean, yeah. You know, just get a bigger screwdriver in there, and that tends to do it. Yeah, I'm actually snowed under with work at the moment. I've got a shitload of record players to do, you won't believe it. My Always absolutely full of record players to do. I've got a quad 33 amplifier to service, and I've also got the matching power amp. I think it's a 303 to go through as well.
The problem with this one is it transmits, it keys up, and then it gradually starts dropping. I've got a feeling 69s are out. T90 69s and a 2166 driver.
Yes, it sounds like a bad transistor, that, doesn't it? Sounds like the transistor's a bit on the leaky side. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah, I've had that in audio amplifiers. You know, where, you know, the louder you turn, the higher you turn it, the lower it goes, and eventually you get nothing but apart from a bit of distortion. You know, or it starts making farting noises. Yeah, you're probably right. I'd put my money on the transistor as well. I've had that in amplifiers.
Well, them screws feel like they've been glued in and all.
Sounds like you got your work cut out for you there, mate. Yeah, it sounds like you got your work cut out for you. I don't like them when somebody's been in there, but the problem is somebody's been in them all, haven't they? You know, that's the only problem. You know, somebody's been in them all, and you know, it's. I mean, as you know, Tommy, you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, amongst a few good rig doctors that were about in the day, there was a lot of bad ones. You know, I won't name anybody, but I knew a few guys who destroyed some lovely radios.
There we go, that's the screws out. But I think that 2166 will be alright. I think that'll be okay. It's probably more likely to be 1969 if anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because the other one, the first one you mentioned, that's just a driver, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's just a driver, isn't it? Just drives it. It's just like the pre-driver, the driver, and the 1969s is the output. How many 1969s is in that? Is it one or two?
Yeah, there's two in this one.
are, Roger. Yeah, it's basically it's pull them out, stick them on the transistor checker, innit, really? Stick them on the checker, and you know, check your leakage current and everything. You know, I was talking about transistor checkers the other night, because transistor checkers will tell you whether it's a transistor or whether it's morphed into a diode or whether it's leaky, and it'll tell you the gain. The one thing it'll never tell you is if it's noisy.
Well, I think 9069s are nowhere near as good as the old Cobra ones, because they had a different chip than that. The 2312. They were a much better transistor, I think. I think the 9069s have always been a bit average.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, the Cobra, yeah, they used an NEC part, didn't they? If I'm right in thinking. I should know for certain, because I've got a president what is it? I've got a president grant in the workshop. Because I've done a couple of remedial things, like somebody super glued the speaker in and then duct taped it, and it wasn't the right speaker. So what I did, I've got 2 Colt 444s, and I only need one. So I nicked the speaker out of one of them, which is the same size speaker and the correct impedance. So that's just ready for a tune-up now. I bought it from a friend of mine a few weeks ago. His father was a radio am, and he passed away sadly. And that little radio you can see in the picture on picture, I bought that off him as well. That little small portable, I bought that off him, and a couple of other things, you know. But yeah, sad really. He was a good friend of mine. Yeah, but yeah. Then 1969s. No, I don't think they're as robust as the NEC counterpart that was used in the Cobras. I think you can interchange them, though, can't you? Am I right?
Yeah, but I won't be putting a 9069 in a Cobra. It makes sideband sound not as good. It affects the audio slightly on the Cobras. You get sort of like scratchy audio, if I remember rightly. I'd definitely try 2312 on the Cobra.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've heard that from. Do you know Microchips Graham?
I know of him, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's got a Facebook group. Yeah, that's what I meant. Have you come across him, like, you know? But I think he mentioned that to me, because we was having a chat about it when he was here, because he's had a couple of rigs off me and 1 or 2 other bits, and when he was here, we was talking about, and he said if you put a 1969 in a Cobra, it affects the sideband. Yeah, because he does he does modification boards and all sorts. He's very clever. You know, he designs them with CAD software and then sends off to PCBWay and has them made. He even does work for a friend of mine he helps out a friend of mine in Whitley Bay in Geordieland. My friend YI man Derek. He helps him out because Derek repairs jukeboxes, and I put him on to Graham to have his boards redesigned so that he can have them remanufactured. And yeah, I was talking to Derek the other week, and he said, yeah, he says he does a good job.
Yeah, well, I'm going to step into the house. I'm going to go and grab something. I'll be back in a short.
No worries, Tommy. I'll just leave it. I'll just shout in when you come back. No worries, mate.
It's been in before. I can see back. I'm going to take there's an RF plate over the back, and you can see that's been soldered. But as soon as I took the output out, I could tell somebody had been in it before, because the ceramic insulator, it's cracked, and they don't just crack on their own. Somebody's cracked
Oh, it's got to be replaced that then, hasn't it? Yeah, but you're right in what you're saying. They don't crack on their own, them. I've never broken one. But yeah, it's a case of replace that, isn't it? That could even be part of your problem if it's leaking through.
As long as it's insulated from the back, it shouldn't really matter really. I might be able to just put it back in as long as it's not touching the chassis, that's the main thing. But, well, it's one of them. It is what it is.
Well, that's right, Tom. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you certainly don't want your collector touching your back. Be a bad day if it does. Yeah. Yeah, 13.8 volts up the ground. No, you don't want that. But yeah. I'm always very careful, me, with stuff like that. You know, I check it and double check it and everything, me. Make sure it really is isolated. You know, because you can get the odd occasion where it might not be bloody isolated. You know, especially if somebody's done the screw up too tight on them plastic isolators. If someone's done the screw up too tight, or I've even seen the mica plate, the little mica plate, insulating plate. I've even seen them broken before today. I mean, how can you break one of them? You know what I mean? I don't know how some people do it, Tommy. I really don't, mate. You know, it beggars belief. It really does.
It does, you're right, yeah. Right, I better crack on. I need this diagram. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay, I'll probably have moved to 19 by then. I'll tell you why, because I'm going to end this stream in a minute, and there's a couple of things I want to go and do. Go to the toilet's one of them, and you take it easy, Tom. So I'll probably be back on 19 shortly, and I've got a load of LPs to go through. You take it easy, my friend. I'll catch you later, Tommy.
Alright, no worries. Catch you in a bit then.
In a bit, mate. Bye for now. Right, guys. Right, so that's... Yeah, so I don't think our camera situation's improved, has it? Our mouse has stopped crashing, at least. No, our camera situation has not improved. We'll just pull it down a bit so you can... Oh, hang on. Just pull it down a bit so you can just see a little bit. There we go. We can go any further, it'll look like a snowstorm. It does now. I'll sort that out later. It'll probably right itself, actually. It'll probably right itself when I turn it off and turn it back on again. It'll probably be all right. Anyway, just put my glasses on so I can read the final chat. I know Malcolm's gone. Good night, Malcolm. Good night. I'm going to shoot off myself, guys. Thank you for coming in and making it worthwhile. I'll catch us all later. Thank you very much. And to those that were to Tommy and Paul that came on the channel, thank you very much. Came on the channel on the CB on channel 28. Thank you very much for doing that, guys. I'm going to make that a feature and eventually try and get a network going, and you know, feature that on a Friday, as well as we'll do a bit of SSB as well. We might do a bit of SSB next week, and a bit of channel 28 as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee if you want to, and I'll be back this way tomorrow night, but we'll be in the workshop tomorrow night because we're going to be having our cosy fireside chat like we normally do in the workshop. Thank you very much, guys. You all take it easy and look after yourselves, and you all stay safe. Like, share, subscribe, and as I say, buy me a coffee if you want to. Bye for now, guys and girls.